today I'm going to be opening up and sharing a special package that I just got delivered. I think it came originally from the UK and then it was rerouted from New Jersey to my house. So this is from the Folio Society, and I know what it is. It is a special edition of Howl's Moving Castle, and I really wanted to get it, one, because I'm a huge Diana Wynne Jones fan. I have read a lot of her work. I would probably say most of her work, but I know she's written like a ton of books. But I would still say I've probably read a majority of her work, and I own a large chunk of it as well. Diana Wynne Jones has been a favorite author of mine for years, and I don't know. Technically, Howl is not my favorite book. I love Howl's Moving Castle and the two books after it, but my favorite book and series is actually the Chrestomanci series. I love the character of Christopher Chant. He's one of my favorite characters. He's even more of a dandy than Howl is, but he's, I don't know, super like non-judgmental and just an awesome character, and I love him. Like, if you see his whole story, anyway, Chronicles of Chrestomanci, you should read that one. But I saw that this was going to have a special edition, and I really wanted to get it. I do have a nice set of the Chrestomanci series that I just bought recently in paperback, which replaced my old kind of jumbled series with different covers and settings, so I have one that matches. This won't match the rest of my Howl series, but I got it because I was just excited to see that they were offering a really nice hardcover special edition of Howl's Moving Castle. So, without further ado, let's open the package and take a look at this. I'm not sure what it looks like in person. I only saw pictures online and I just thought it looked really nice. I do believe it's an illustrated edition, so there should be images inside the book as well as the cover. You can see the box here. It's kind of marked with all of this interesting quotes, and yeah, it's interesting. I like the box it was shipped in. When I first saw it, I was like, what is that? And then I realized that it's the Folio Society on it, and I was like, it's Howl's Moving Castle, I gotta open it. So let's open it. I'm really excited to see it. So this is my first time ordering with the Folio Society. I think I've gotten a lot of like email and stuff from them, but I've never actually ordered with them. Their editions of books are rather pricey. So even though I like the looks of some of their other products, I don't know that I could go getting them. But I figured a one-time purchase of Howl's Moving Castle I can invest in, but I don't know how much more I can ever order from them. Maybe if I won $1 million or something. It would have to be over $1 million, because $1 million, it doesn't go that far anymore. Okay. So packaging. Remove that. And here we go. So far, so good. So here is the book. So it comes in this nice case. It's a little too shiny, so we'll get rid of this. I'm liking the case. Very fitting with the magic of the book. Let's take it out of here. Nothing hidden inside. Just the art on the back. So here's the cover. You got Sophie here heading toward the castle. There's a nice silver embossing there. Okay. Spider's web on the back. If you haven't read this yet, read it. You'll understand the whole spider thing and everything that goes along with it. I have read Howl's Moving Castle a few times, so I get it. Oh, this is nice with the stars and that land there. And who's that? The Scarecrow's there. So the introduction is by Marcus Sedgwick, and the illustrations are by Marie Alice Harrell, or Harrell. I'm not sure how she says it, so I'm sorry if I said it wrong. And here it's marked, the London, the Folio Society, 2019. Pretty nice. I love how all the chapters are in which, and then whatever happens inside of it. Let's see if we can check out some of the illustrations. Here's the nice introduction. I'll have to read that for sure. I do know what I always found interesting about Diana Wynne Jones, and I think what really influenced her work, she actually studied at Oxford under C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien. So I think she definitely had like that influence from two other major fantasy writers, and yet she was wholly herself. Like, her writing is her writing. I think that a lot of people kind of have similar tones to Diana Wynne Jones, but I don't think anybody's matched her at this point. I think V.E. Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic series is very close to the stylings of Diana Wynne Jones, so she would be kind of like a next gen. But I would definitely say, if you have not read Diana Wynne Jones, what are you waiting for? Just a great selection of books to choose from, all different types of stylings. You could start with Howl, which is a very accessible book. Or, like I said, go for the Crestomancy series. The Chronicles of Crestomancy is, like I said, one of my favorites. I just adore it. I think it's great. I think Christopher Chant's an amazing character. And then it would be Howl. For me, it's the Chronicles of Crestomancy, and then Howl's Moving Castle. And then there's a lot of other series that she's done. The Dalmark, I think that's what it is, Quartet, is a great one. Anywho, let's get back on topic. So here is one of the illustrations. This is Sophie working at the shop, building her hats. It has really nice above chapter illustrations as well. I wonder if that's the next one. I kind of want to do a reread now. I did actually reread Howl's Moving Castle this year, so I'm not sure that I want to jump in and reread it again, but this is very, very tempting. So here we have Wizard Howl, the spiders, and Sophie. That's kind of a spoilerific image. And there's the back image. This is a beautiful book. I'm actually really excited about owning this because it is a favorite of mine. Let me just switch back. So here's my book. If you are kind of unfamiliar with the story, I'll just give a brief idea of what happens in it. So we're introduced to Sophie Hatter, whose father has remarried and ends up having two other daughters with his new wife. As the oldest, Sophie feels almost like she is cursed or set to live her life a certain way, like having to do whatever they say and take over the shop and yada yada yada. And it always comes down to, well, I'm the oldest, so I have to do this, even though it's not necessarily my dream or what I want to pursue. I have to. So that's kind of the mindset that Sophie has. And yeah, she's working at a hat shop. She's a hatter. She's making hats for people. She creates a lot of sought-after hats somehow. And this ends up offending the Witch of the Waste. And the Witch of the Waste comes to the hat shop and meets Sophie and puts a curse on Sophie. And Sophie finds herself aged to be an old woman. And of course she feels that, of course I was cursed to be this way, I'm the oldest. But she feels that she can't stay in her family home, and also she wants to maybe pursue some kind of help. I don't know. Anyway, she ends up leaving her home and traveling out. And there's always been in the background Howl's castle. There's a lot of rumors going on about Howl and how he eats the hearts of young women. But he is a very powerful magic user. And so Sophie goes to the castle because surely he's not going to eat the heart of like an 80-year-old woman. Like, she figures that she's safe going to his castle and maybe even seeking out help to break her curse at his castle. Because, you know, she's safe. She's an old lady. He's not going to be interested in her at all. And so she ends up meeting inside of the castle Howl's apprentice Michael, but also the fire demon Calcifer, and she and Calcifer kind of make a bargain with one another that he will find a way to help her break her curse if she can find out about the curse that's on him and Howl. So they strike a bargain, and the rest of the story plays out. I cannot get too far into that. What I love more about the book, there was a great movie by Studio Ghibli. I do like the movie. It is quite different in many respects from the book. I mean, they keep the heart of the story in a lot of ways, but then they change a lot. What I quite like about the book is, one, getting to see more of the character of Michael, who is, for whatever reason, Markle. I think it's because the Japanese struggled to say Michael, and so when Disney bought it and then redubbed it, it was Markle. I don't know, but his name's Michael. Anyway, you get to see Michael more, but you also get to see more about Sophie's sisters and the fact that she had two. In the movie, they cut it down to just Lottie, but she does have two sisters. And I like in the book that you actually see what happened with the two sisters, because they're both sent away on different apprenticeships, and other kind of chaos ensues with the two of them. It's just such a great story. And of course, you get to see Sophie trying to pursue the breaking of her curse, as well as finding out what's going on between Howl and Calcifer. So it's just such a great piece. I just love this book so much, and I'm very happy to own this copy of it. I'm probably just as excited to have this as I would if I had like a first edition hard copy of the book, which I don't have. I had my cheap old paperback, which was starting to fall apart, which is another reason why I wanted to get this one. You know, I've lent out my paperback copy. It's just getting kind of banged up and old looking. It's much beloved, but I thought it'd be really good to have a nice edition of the book that I do cherish so much, and by an author that I cherish so much. I can't say enough about Diana Wynne Jones. I was really heartbroken when she passed away, so I'm glad to have this little tidbit for memory's sake. That's it for this video. I would say please consider reading Diana Wynne Jones if you have not. You will not be disappointed, especially if you like series and if you like humor in there. She's so witty. Her wit shines through in like every story that she tells, and I just love the way she weaves a story together. That's it for me today, but I will be back with more book recommendations and other bookish things. Until next time, bye!